Dímelo que. Captain Zevan here, back with some more One Piece content, and we finally got the chapter 1029. About to hit the next benchmark, 10,030. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the video, and after the video, leave a comment, and I will like or comment back. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this week's chapter. Oh boy, this was a hype chapter. This was a really hype chapter. So we start off where we left off with Sanji and the sword breaking from Queen, and Sanji's just freaking out, thinking, "I can't be turning into my brothers. I can't be turning into one of my brothers." And then Queen over here is like, "Oh, let me run through the checklist real quick." And the last and most important thing being with hearts cold as ice, like no emotions. And Sanji's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, this cannot be happening. And he runs. He's just like, I need a moment, guys. Like, I need to see what's going on. Sanji runs. Chopper's thinking, why are you running, bro? This is pretty cool. Like, this is great. Everyone's confused why he's running away. And Queen's over there just, come on, let me see that raid suit. Come on. It's so freaking funny. And then you got the grunts. They see a jackpot. They try to get him. Just pisses them off. Confirming on top of the confirmation that the exoskeleton is here. And he's just terrified that he's about to lose his emotions and be a heartless monster. Now, I'm looking forward to how he resolves all of this with himself, because he mentioned, what did I do? Kind of implying he's aware that maybe there's something that he did specifically that activated it. I don't know if this is going to be an on-off thing that he'll have control over, or if it's just a permanent thing and that's a permanent buff. I lean more towards it being permanent, but him keeping his emotions. I've seen a few people throw out different ideas as to how he may reconcile with all of this. Something that I kind of like the idea of is him and Zoro struggling, Sanji running from his fight, struggling with the whole, he's about to lose his emotions, Zoro physically struggling with his fight, them running into each other somehow, and after a conversation between the two, things, they both kind of get their heads back on straight and go off to beat their opponents. That would be really dope, in my opinion. It opens the door for a really nice and once in the whole series kind of moment between Zoro and Sanji. Like, that possibility comes up with everything that's going on. So I think that'd be pretty dope. We'll see what happens. And then we go over to Big Mom, Law, and Kid, and it's just so funny. Law basically saying what the community, I don't want to say it as a whole, but there's a large section that feels that Kid has been very underwhelming and expect more from him. I fall in that category where I feel we should be getting more from Kid, especially from the portrayal that we got back at Sabaody, and he's already tangled with Shanks' crew. He's messed around Big Mom's crew, now with Kaido. So the expectations were sky high for him. So off everything that's been happening in Onigashima, yeah, he's been fine, but there's more that everyone wants from him that we just haven't gotten. And then Law is saying, you're just useless over here. And everyone's like, I know, I was thinking, here comes the memes again. And obviously we know that Hawkins has a doll of Kid. But then we get some internal stuff from Kid in this moment where he's thinking to himself, I'm finally in front of the emperors with the opportunity to take down an emperor. Am I really just gonna fall over like this? This is gonna be beyond humiliating. And you could tell he would never be able to live with himself if this is how things go down. And that is great character. Just seeing that he fully intends to be taking down Big Mom right here. And right now it's just Law that's doing the work because Kid unknowingly is getting his head banged in by freaking Hawkins on the other side. And then you just see Big Mom and freaking acrobatic as hell just doing flips and says, okay, I'm just gonna swing. It's it was good kid stuff right there. And you know, it was nice seeing Law fight, you know, continuing the fight with Big Mom, and just it's nice to see Big Mom's getting some hits in, and that, you know, Law right now, Law getting hits in on Big Mom, but let's see when Kid comes back up. And then we go over to Killer and Hawkins, and Kid's whole crew is there with Killer, saying, why won't you let us get him? And he's saying, don't interfere, just watch. And they're worried because, and I notice Oda continues to play this fire. They're saying the fire's coming, the fire's coming. Something's gonna happen with this. We all were thinking the same thing. This is stupid, Orochi. Why are you making this fire? But it's gonna lead to something. Because it just adds to the whole we're low on time. But you know, that was just a very minor thing. The major stuff is dialogue and just what happens with Killer and Hawkins. Killer basically pulls a Zoro and says, take my life instead. Just let go of Kid. And Hawkins just starts wailing on him and saying condescending stuff to him, saying, you know, your life has just been misfortune after misfortune, and laughs at him for ending up eating the smile fruit and everything. And I'm just thinking, wow, he's going that far on Killer. And he even throws in, hey, if you surrender, I'll even put in a good word for you for Kaido. And then Killer bites back saying, you regret your decision. You wish you were on this side, but you were scared. You thought the chances of dying were too high to risk being on this side. And now you see us, tall and proud, still kicking, making history here, and we're not going down. And you could see that affects Hawkins. And then he goes, let me give you these two questions. And takes off his arm. A lot of people were saying he was going to go for the arm. And the fact that he just took it, that was amazing. That was such a great scene. And I think what adds to it is, unlike when, obviously everyone remembers when Dofi took off Law's arm, because Law's a doctor, and because of how his ability was, and because of the factors around that, I feel like most people had a feeling that at that time that Law didn't lose his arm for good, that he was gonna reattach it. But I don't get that vibe here. All the good doctors are on our side, you know, and Law's nowhere to be found. Chopper can't really do much right now. Marco's on the other side, and he's just tagging along with Izo. I don't think Hawkins getting that arm back. It's gonna suck. He can't shuffle his deck no more. But hey! At least he does that tarot stuff, so he just has the cards floating around. So I guess he doesn't need two hands for that, right? And oh, it was just so good. And then Kira's like, so is this the last one? And Aku's like, that's the last one. And he goes all is like the heart of the cards. Come on, final card. And he's not Yugi. He didn't pull out the right card. It was a card, title of the chapter Tower, saying that there's gonna be a massive shift in power. And he goes down. And just those 3 panels or 3 double-page spreads that we got with the whole killer stuff, they were fantastic. They were just done really, really nice. And shout outs to Gresh, always doing some really good stuff over at the Scanlations and coloring these things in. So follow her on Twitter, see some of the stuff that she has posted. She does some really good content. And yeah, that was the chapter. He's just saying, go partner. And Kid looks ready to go. This is so hype for Kid, because the community wants to see more from him, and everything that we got in this chapter is just kind of pointing in that direction. And if Oda can do some really good stuff with him right here against Big Mom, that would just be so freaking good. And me personally, I really want to see Law and Kid take down Big Mom. It's just, to me, Luffy is so far ahead of all his peers. And he's doing his 1v1 with Kaido. But right now, the only supernova that even come close is the ones that were on the rooftop. And one of them is Zoro. That's his right-hand man. So that's not that's not a competitor. So for me to keep Kid and Law in the running, they gotta take down Big Mom. Because we all know Luffy's gonna be the Pirate King. But if it's only the Yonko that are gonna be the contenders to him, it kind of undermines the worst gen a little bit. But with what we have going on here with this opportunity, it keeps Kid and Law still up in the running for that. And I really would like to see that. But what would you guys like to see? Just leave a comment, like, subscribe the video, and I will see you on Monday, tomorrow, with another video. We're trying to post 3 videos a day. Well, 3 videos a week. So share with your friends, like the vids, and just, it helps me out till we make it big, till we near the top. Until then, Captain Zevin out.